All right. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you, Jesus, for this opportunity, for this day, for revelation, for your presence, for your love. I declare this by faith and sealed with the Holy Spirit. Hi, Kevin. I want to share just a couple things with you. I've been praying. I've been in this season of prayer since September 1st. It's been crazy. Testing and trial. It started out really, really easy, and then it got ugly a little bit in there in the middle, but then I got some new power and authority, and then it started getting easier again, so it's been fun and exciting. And I finally got breakthrough maybe last Thursday or Friday or Saturday or something like that. I don't know, but it was super good, and I'm glad to be on the tail end of this finally. But yesterday when I was praying, I opened up a portal of provision, which was really awesome. And an angel came to me and gave me a message and stuff like that. So it was really exciting, real fun. And just, being in prayer, staying in prayer. And I'm starting prayer to break through with 2 people on November 1st. We're going to pray from November 1st to December 31st, which is going to be exciting. I pray the last 2 months of the year always. But I'm going to pray with some new people this year so that they can learn how to pray to breakthrough. I have come to find that most people don't know how to pray, and a lot of it has to do because they just don't do what the Bible tells them to do. If you can learn to pray the way the Bible tells you to pray and approach God the way the Bible tells you to approach God, you'll get everything that you want from Him. I'm a witness of that, and I'm really excited about that. But before I get started on today's topic, let me tell you that if you go to supernaturalubooks.info, I have some new $1 products over there on the digital downloads page. There's a new series called Faith Comes by Hearing, and they're just specific scriptures laid out, because people always ask me, because I pray the word constantly, they're always emailing me saying, well, can you give me a list of those scriptures? And instead of just giving them to one person, I put them in the download so that everybody can get them. So if you download the thing, you get the audio, but you also get the PDF of the scriptures that are listed there as well, so that you can, soak those up and get those in your spirit and stuff. I've been having dreams, I've been recording dreams, I'm talking 6 dreams or something like that a day that I've been recording. It's been crazy. Like this morning, I saw a city being hit, and I was like, the statement that came out of my mouth in the dream was, that was odd and spectacular, so I need to pray over that city and stuff like that. That'll be exciting to see what the Lord's going to do there. And just all kind of good stuff has been happening. The last dream that I remember, the very specific dream that I remember, was I was teaching on the court of heaven. So I already have an audio teaching on that. I think it's $5 or $7 if you go to Supernatural U, but I think it's called Justice, but it talks a little bit about the court of heaven, and I have some videos on the court of heaven. But I spend a lot of my prayer time there. That's where my authority is, as a prophet. That's where God has placed my authority. So I do a lot of my praying and my warfare from right there in the throne room with Him. And He's telling me, okay, well, you decree this on the earth. And then so I go and decree that, and the Lord makes it happen. But you need to take advantage of that. It's so interesting, because we don't read the word. A lot of stuff the enemy throws at us is illegal, and we just sit there and let it happen because we don't take the time to learn how to pray and take care of it, and so we end up with all these punches and stuff getting hit by the enemy, instead of taking our authority and doing what God has already, made available for us to be able to do. We need to stop doing that, especially in these days. The world is so ugly, and if you don't know how to fight the enemy, there's no way that you're going to be able to fight what's going on in the world. You're just not going to be able to do it. And so but one of the things that the Lord was speaking to me about recently, because this happened to me recently, how people always say, oh, I'm going to sow a seed into your ministry, right? And I know I've said this before, and I've always tried to follow up with that on a regular and consistent basis. I try to write those things down when I'm saying I'm going to do something for people, or give them something, so that I can make sure I fulfill my vows, because it's very important. Even we just finished up this new year, and we were going before the Day of Atonement and stuff. I was releasing people from vows. If anybody who owed me anything or something like that, I was releasing them from that stuff, because I don't want them to fall under a curse of not being able to fulfill their vow. And so I went through and I was like, you're released, you're done. Don't worry about that anymore. Don't consider that anymore. But don't be one of those people who are in the habit of going around saying, oh, I'm going to do this for you, and then not do it, because you do bring a curse on yourself. The Bible tells you that over and over and over again. It says it in Numbers 6:21. It says it in Ecclesiastes 5:4 and 5:5. Jesus said, let your yes be yes and your no be no. In Job 22:27, it says, you'll pray to the Lord, He's going to answer you, and you'll fulfill your vows. So don't, and then it says you could decree a thing and it will be established for you, and light will shine on your ways. So don't forget that. If you don't have power, if you're making decrees and they're not coming to pass, you probably got some vows out there that you haven't fulfilled. So go back and do that. If you have vows out there that you haven't fulfilled, pray and ask the Lord to bring those to your memory so that you can get those things taken care of. But that's something that the Lord has been speaking to me about the last couple of days. And I think that he had that person say that to me specifically because he was like bringing my attention to it, because I kept seeing it as I was reading through the Torah. And he was like, well, you need to say something. I keep bringing this up to you so you can say something. And then when that lady said, oh, I'm going to sow a seed into your ministry, because we were praying through the breakthrough last week. She was in a crisis situation, and you really can't be making vows that you're not going to fulfill when you're in a crisis situation. You're not going to get the breakthrough, the deliverance that you need if you're sitting there lying to the Lord. Because you have to understand, when you're sowing into a ministry, you're sowing to him. There may be people who are kind of receiving from you, but you're sowing to him. And you have to remember that everything that comes out of your mouth is recorded in the spiritual realm. And, you know, the enemy loves to, they're legalists, they love to get you for anything that you do that doesn't line up with what you claim you're living. You know, I was telling somebody that earlier because we were talking about healing and faith, and I was saying that, you know, you can be saying, oh, by Christ's stripes I'm healed, you know, all day long, but then in the spiritual realm, you can't hide your doubt, you can't hide your wavering, any of that stuff, and they are stomping you. They're not allowing those prayers to get up to your bowls. So, you know, you need to be right with the Lord as much as you absolutely can. You know, in those areas of your weakness, you get the grace in the blood, let him cover that and teach you and work on it and get where you need to be. But that was really important. So those are the fun things that I want to share with you. If you are still in a season of testing and trial yourself, just keep going. Stick with the Lord and keep going. Stick with the Lord and keep going. Remember, you cannot be promoted until you defeat an enemy, until you win a battle. I said that to myself like 15 times yesterday. That's how crazy things were. Seriously, I kept saying that. If I don't win this battle, I can't be promoted. If I don't win this battle, I can't be promoted. If I don't win this battle, I can't be promoted. And then I stayed in prayer until I won. Stayed in prayer until I won. And sometimes it takes hours. If you're not somebody who can pray like 4 hours, good luck doing anything significant for the Lord. You just ain't gonna make it, honey. Because some things, it's like that. You just got to be praying all day, all day, all day, all night. There are some times where you just got to get down on your knees and you just have to pray and pray and pray and pray and pray and pray until the Lord moves. And sometimes it takes 4 hours. Sometimes it takes 8 hours. You know, you need to build up your prayer stamina. You really do. All right, so my hub is zaribanks.co. Lots of good stuff over there. From there, you can get to anything that I have going on. Just click on one of the links that, you know, tells you where you want to go. If you want books, you click on Supernatural You. If you want revelation and wisdom and all that stuff, you click on Z Writes Words. If you need to learn effective prayer strategies, you click on Prayer Junkie. If you're a Christian business in my area and you want to advertise, you can click on CBTC. You know, but all of that stuff is right there at zaribanks.co. You can get all the information that you need. And take care. God bless you. God bless you. God bless you. He is good. He's been pouring out so good in this new year. I hope you're taking advantage of it. There's so many promises just wrapped up in this year being 5777. The Lord does not even play. It's just so good. And I hope you're getting all of that. All right, take care. God bless you.